Okay.
I'm not gonna say
thing.
Now recording.
All right. Welcome to Orange Juice Podcast. Today, David is on a how would
Strike.
we describe this?
Labor strike.
Okay, yeah, but he's still here, but he's just not here at the same
In
time.
spirit.
Yeah, basically.
No, he's not here in spirit, but he's here.
Make it sound like I'm dead.
Unfortunately,
Basically.
guys. Dave
Unfortunately,
is no longer with
David
us.
died, and I will be taking over all Orange Juice activities.
Dave is taking a leave of absence and is no longer with the team.
How do you guys like the 8-minute podcast, by the way, if you watched it?
I liked it.
Well, should
That
I do
sounds
more
cool.
of those? Because I'm
Yeah,
just saying
I
those
think
with
it's nice. It's nice having a change of pace when you're like from like the long 30-minute podcast to 8 minutes.
It's
Alright,
more
cool, yeah.
digestible.
Indeed, that's what I thought, but the views don't show that.
I mean, nobody really like watches us, so that's a thing.
You gotta give it a couple days for it to catch on.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, it won't push as hard on the weekends because just, it's older. You know what I mean?
It's okay.
Yeah.
We're not. Listen, why are you motivated by views?
You want
I'm
me to
not
be honest?
motivated by views.
We're
but,
motivated
like,
to make the best podcast in the world, not views.
It was
Okay.
because it was an L thumbnail. That's why. If I'm gonna be honest.
Are we going to talk about how we're the number one Orange Juice podcast now?
No, we already
We
made a
made
video
a whole
about that.
video about it.
Yeah, but we didn't talk about it.
And we kind of announced it a little bit too
I
to
made
like
the
all the
tro-
people that actually watch this.
Okay, but I made the troll video, and what if, like, there's a few people that don't go to school that are watching it, possibly.
How many?
What's up,
How many
Offset's
guess?
mom?
You have to guess.
Bad. Bad.
She goes to
Oh,
our
that's
school.
crazy.
Yeah.
Imagine saying,
Well, yeah.
Easy.
God damn it. Dave, are you editing this one or am I?
I'm editing it.
All right, we'll cut that part out.
Bro, did you just hear what Ridwan said?
Yeah.
Dude,
AC
we were
talking
witnesses
to
of that. That's
NE's
crazy.
Yeah, no.
I wish I was there, bro.
Whose sister?
And
Don't
E.
say, don't say it.
Oh
don't
my
say it.
god.
Ne.
I know who that. Yeah, I know.
And you know who was there?
That's crazy though.
Freshman brother of S.
JK.
Brother of S.
Yeah, there's a S point guard. His brother.
Oh, yeah.
Jay.
Okay,
Mhm.
that was an awesome moment.
Yeah,
said-
we just said it, Henry.
Henry.
What?
Henry has his Austin moments a lot of the time. Actually.
That's
Shut
so
up.
disrespectful. You guys are like, imagine Austin Lynn's mom is watching this, and then he just like someone
But
says
it is
something
Austin
stupid, and
moment.
you guys are
Okay,
like,
okay,
"Oh,
all right,
yeah,
so-
yeah."
Everybody knows
all right,
exactly
Mrs.
what we're
Lynn, you
talking
can get-
about.
What? You can
I
get
mean,
that
no
out,
disrespect by what I say, but Austin has some moments where he blanks. So
That's the truth, honestly. You know what I'm playing right now? I'm playing territorial.io. But yeah, okay, this is your podcast.
sometimes,
Henry, so-
you know that clip where Patrick is like thinking, and it's just a spilled carton of milk.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what happens in Austin's head sometimes.
Can you leave Austin alone, please?
He's not even here.
Yeah, we're about
This
to
is
lose
not
like a
even his
subscriber.
squad.
We might lose
It's gonna-
two, actually.
No, we're gonna lose 2 subscribers.
We're gonna lose 2 subscribers.
Are we?
Yeah.
Bro, this guy literally just kamikazed me. Oh my god. Pakistan.
Can you get off the game? This is Henry's podcast.
Pakistan.
Welcome,
guest
Henry Lou.
Though.
Thank
He's
you.
getting his
Thank you
feature.
You'd
Thank
be a
you for
little
having
more
me.
sensitive.
Great to be here.
All right, stop interrupting him.
We gotta make a next milestone now that we passed the first.
Oh
orange juice.
my God, David!
This is the other orange juice with 81.
All right, our next milestone is 1
All
million.
right, that kid was talking too much. Henry, you want to talk about your upbringing
You
as
really
a child
just
in a
kicked me
different
from my
state?
own podcast.
Dude, can you shut
Oh
up?
my god. Sorry, ask that question again, Arjun.
Would you like to talk about like your upbringing as a child in a different state?
Yeah. Well, I mean, most of my memories are like here, because I moved when I was 5, but there's still some memories, obviously. What I remember most of is like probably the stuff that I don't have here, so I probably talk about like the the snow, for example. It always snowed there, and I remember like I'd like
You can
build
say the name of the
snowmen.
old place. Just don't say
Uh,
here.
Okay, yeah. It
Oh,
was.
okay, no, we've
I
said
used to
Southern
live.
California many times.
What? Okay,
But-
whatever.
No,
I used
that's
to
a
live.
really wide area that you can't pinpoint down to one
Come
thing.
on.
True, Queen.
All right.
With Dave's editing skills, I feel like we've already given it
Ah,
away like 9
Oh yeah,
times.
people already know where we're at, even if they don't know.
All right. So
Stop interrupting him. Sorry, continue.
Shut
Yeah.
up!
hey, shut up. It's
Hey,
my
don't tell me
my
what to do.
talking. My talking.
No, no,
My
no. You
talking.
know what? You're
My
done now.
talking.
No, just
My
because you
talking.
said that,
No,
you're done.
no,
But we
no,
don't
it's
care
my
anymore.
All right, thank you for
Fuck that.
coming on the Orange Juice podcast, Henry.
That's today's episode. We'll
All
continue
right,
by
you guys want to
ourselves.
move on to like our milestone? Okay.
No,
Okay.
he's gone. Goodbye.
He actually.
He left.
That's disrespectful. That's really disrespectful.
That's actually funny. You kicked him.
I'm your guest, and you disrespected me.
You
All right, go ahead,
disrespected
Henry.
me.
All right. So I don't even remember where I was talking. Oh yeah, right.
We were
Up
talking
there.
about snow.
Snow. Yeah, I like snow. Yeah. It used to snow a lot where I lived. It was.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Hi. Hello.
Oh my god. Sorry. I was looking at Twitter.
Hey. Oh my god.
No, y'all told me to shut up, so I went on Twitter.
And then you
And
started
then he
laughing.
just started
like,
laughing in the middle of his talk until I started dying.
I saw something funny.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. They also have a lot. Okay. Okay. Before I get interrupted, they also have a lot of old buildings which you don't see around here anymore. It's like bricks and shit, and like tiles and yeah, I don't know. It also like felt warmer too because like everywhere had heating and like you don't really turn on your heating here because it's so warm. Anyway, that's kind of all I remember. I probably could go more into
So-
detail, but some people just
Wait.
keep interrupting.
Say where you're from so we can make fun of it.
Oh, I'm from Arjun's house in oh, I won't say, but yeah, go ahead and make fun of it.
He's from a place that starts with an R and ends with an Ode Island, but it's not even an island though.
Actually, it will be.
Yeah, one day
Huh?
once the
One day it's going to be an island because
the seas are
you
gonna
know, the-
rise.
the seas are going to rise and the earth will crack up and swallow the rich.
Dude, can you stop making stuff up? For 5
right.
seconds. Could
I
you
know
stop
climate
making
change
stuff
not
up?
even real.
Yeah, you're right.
Seriously.
You're right. Yeah, March 20th, 2026.
Okay. Is that an actual date?
March 20th, 2026? Yeah.
Obviously, that's a date, Arjun.
Arjun, what
No,
part
he
of
meant like a
March
What else
20th?
would it
20?
be?
Like a significant date that scientists
Oh,
are predicting.
Okay.
Oh, you'll see. Yeah, they have it down to an exact month and day.
All right, that's enough of Henry.
Are you serious?
All right, no,
And
No,
then y'all
I'm
talk
kidding.
about
I'm
me for
kidding,
being
guys. I'm
disrespectful.
kidding. I am kidding. So you want to talk about like your transition to moving?
You just kick him.
What?
You
You
just cut
transition
out.
my
Talk
What?
transition
about how
to
you
what?
transitioned.
You legitimately
Oh.
cut out. Like,
I mean,
When
okay,
you move here?
when I was 5.
Okay,
Actually,
so
on my 5th
And
birthday.
what was that like?
On my 5th birthday. What was that like? I mean, like, when you're 5, you don't really got a good idea of everything going on, so I didn't really understand what like moving meant. Like I didn't realize that, oh, we're gonna get a new house and we're not going back there anymore. And it was kind of weird, but at the same time, I didn't have a ton of time to put roots down in Rhode Island, so it was like not as bad as it could have been. Um, yeah, I mean, I definitely had some friends that I didn't get to see for a while. Actually, some friends I just like haven't seen them since then, which is kind of messed up. But um, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, this is a long time ago, so the memories that I have are not like super clear.
Did you always live where you're living now?
Yeah,
Nice.
haven't moved since then.
All right, cool. You want to go over like your middle school life? What that was like?
Sure. Yeah, middle school. That was I mean, where do you start with that, I guess? Well, actually, yeah, in middle school. Well, so I went to this like local like elementary school for a while. And then in like 5th grade, I got moved out into this school a little bit further out. And it was this like Christian school, and it was private, and like we had to wear uniforms and all that. And that was honestly kind of a weird transition too. I mean, it wasn't as dramatic as like moving across the country, but it was it was different. And so I don't know, starting at a new middle school, knowing like 0 people made it kind of hard, but I managed, 6th grade. I went through actually, I want to talk about this. I went through like a weird religious phase back in like kind of 6th grade to 7th grade. Yeah. Like, cause it was like a Christian school, right? So I wasn't like super religious going into it, but then like, every Monday they would have these like chapel services. And so you'd have to put on like your nice uniform with the long pants and a tie. And you just sit in the gym for an hour and like, pray and sing songs and stuff. And then it got me thinking, like, man, what if there's something to it? So, like, every night for a while, like a good stretch of months, I would like pray at night. But the thing is, I wouldn't like do anything else religiously. Like, I would just kind of like pray at night, and then like that was it.
Are you still religious?
Stockton
Like
wanted me to
somewhat?
talk because he said, he admitted that he needs me, so I'll talk again. So
No, stop. Listen. I know this is Henry talk, but I need to say something.
Okay.
Dave's just a little sensitive little child who just wants to pick and choose when he gets to talk all this stuff, and he'll interrupt people in order to talk.
Boxer,
You're such a terrible human.
you don't even know what's happened in the last 3 hours. So no. So were you talking about middle school same? Oh my god!
Oh my,
Once I start
Dave.
talking, that's what happens.
Dave.
So you get ready for like the Matthew podcast. Like I talk so much about like proper nouns. But
Okay, whatever.
are you done
Yeah.
with middle
Dave's
school?
on here for 5 seconds, and here he drops a proper noun.
I know.
Continue. What were you saying?
Are you is that about the whole spiel for middle school?
Kind of. It was kind of about religion and my family too.
Okay, around this time you make your transitions to high school. I think it was easier for you considering that you went from like a private school to private school. But was there
Yeah.
any like significant change within that?
I think so, yeah, because and our high school, I don't know if you probably name dropped that by now, right?
Many times, but I've tried to cut it out when I can.
Okay, so
Just
I won't
don't
make
use it.
I won't make it harder. So the difference between middle school and high school is that middle school, like I said, it was Christian. You had to wear uniforms, all that stuff. For a religious school, actually wasn't that strict, and you actually got a fairly like I don't know, worldly education, I guess. Like you still had to take religion classes and stuff, and most of the teachers were very straight edge, but besides that, you definitely had like a lot of room to learn stuff that you probably wouldn't learn in a normal like Christian school or academy. But then when you get to high school, I mean, it was just like all it was like I don't know how to explain it, but here I'll use an example, I guess. So I had this one teacher in 8th grade. He was like my social studies teacher, and when I said that like most of them were straight edge, he was definitely not. Like he was this guy who served in the Peace Corps and like I don't remember, somewhere in Africa, and he I think his like wife was like a diplomat or something, or like something like that, some foreign service worker. And so he was really kind of inspired to, or at least obsessed with, like making sure his class got this very relevant education into like the current events and stuff, which was something wildly different that I hadn't seen in like my prior history classes, because most of it was just learning like ancient history and about like the medieval Europeans and stuff. But this teacher was different, and so I thought that he was just kind of like unique. And then when I got to high school, I kind of realized like, oh, these teachers are almost all like him, or at least like the history teachers and the humanities teachers, I guess. Like they were all very like unique in their own way. They weren't going by the book in most cases.
Okay, how about
And
life-wise, like socially, like education? It's all like we get a good perception of who you are in the sense that you're always like a really good student, but like life-wise.
likewise, yeah. I was kind of like, I don't know. I was pretty introverted in middle school, and I don't know if you guys got that vibe off of me, but um, I was always, I was kind of shy. I didn't really like branch out that much in middle school, and it was kind of like, how middle schoolers are. They kind of tend to group up, and then they don't really, they'll exclude you, and they won't have a problem with it, and it kind of messes with you when you're just a kid trying to fit in. But um, when I got to high school, I noticed that like some people started maturing, I guess. Like they wouldn't do the stuff that they did in middle school, and I found it easier to talk to people. I'd also consider me getting more mature and me realizing it's not that big of a deal to branch out to new people. So I definitely saw a lot of like positive growth between middle school and high school. So there's that.
At a young age, though, in middle school, knowing that you've come from like your dad's a D1 athlete or was a D1 athlete, were you pressured into athletics at all?
Um, Not really. No, like he didn't stress that so much. I think his main concern, and I think this was something that he probably talked with my mom about too, was like making sure that I really buckled down on academics and like
So how'd you get into
really
basketball then?
like into well, it wasn't like I wasn't allowed to do it. Like I wasn't allowed to play sports. It was more of just like, oh, they never said like, hey, you should play club, or you should play AAU, or you should, you know, try out for the team. Like that was more of just me like wanting to do stuff with like my friends.
Okay,
And
so
then
it was
so I
like
kind of
a friend thing, like you and your
yeah,
friends just
it started as just kind of a friend thing, yeah. I would play after school, and then I decided like, oh, I want to try out for the basketball team or the volleyball team. And it's middle school, so they have to let you play. So, I got in. Um, and then that's kind of where I started. And then in high school, I there was still that there was still that push for me to do well academically, but I was doing very well, so there wasn't really a problem there. So I decided, I want to do something else too, and so that's when I tried out for basketball.
so I'll tell you a story that Matthew mentioned, but first of all, so like when you come into the gym and it's kind of like a more serious atmosphere, like what's your first reactions? No?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So you're asking me like
When you
what?
because like let's be real, like I know your middle school, it's not like
Mhm.
that crazy. you know. So
Yeah. So like the difference between
like you go into actual
being so
competitive
casual
mode,
and
yeah.
being serious. It was
No,
definitely
not the difference. Like in your head, like what were you thinking at the time?
Oh, yeah. I remember. Okay, I want to talk about like the summer before freshman year when I was playing summer basketball, and and like meeting most of you for the first time, right? So, um, yeah, I think I was like nervous, because I hadn't played serious athletics before. I wasn't in shape. Um, and to be honest, I was like basically faking it till I made it because I went in knowing like nothing basketball wise. In middle school, they would just say like, stand on the block, we might pass it to you. And then here I am having to like run drills that I've never heard of. They told me like, oh, you have to actually, bounce the ball. You can't just like pass it to your
What?
your teammate, because like
What, y'all just threw the ball around and threw it in the basket?
well, no, I mean, like because I was tall for middle school, right? So they were just like, yeah, you don't need to learn guard skills. You're a big, you're just gonna get rebounds, and so and I didn't really like work on my game outside of school either. Like I said, like if middle school was casual, I was even more casual outside of the game too. Like I just didn't care. Um, and yeah, I think mostly my biggest concern during summer ball and kind of fall too was like don't go out there and embarrass yourself. That was kind of my mentality going in. And it took a
I love
while for me to
mentality.
yeah.
No. First of all, do you think that was mentality or no?
Um I mean, there's hindsight bias, right? I'm always gonna think, yeah, I shouldn't have been so afraid of doing that, but like it made sense for me going in, not knowing anyone, and like also coming from a school where you did anything slightly embarrassing in public and they're gonna hang that over your head forever.
Gabe just
Yeah.
joined. It's good, Gabe.
Yeah.
How you
Oh,
doing?
hey Gabe. We're doing a podcast.
Try to shout something out.
Do I have to
Oh, Gabe, stay in
to
here for
go?
the no, stay in here. It actually fits the podcast because Henry's went to school with you. So
Yes, Henry did go to school with me.
Henry,
Yeah.
Elementary school, middle school, and high school.
Henry, do you remember your like first memories with? Well, I mean, you can mention Gabe too, but that's like I guess when you're babies. But like the three of us.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if I could finish I want to finish my
Oh,
thought on this
sorry.
too.
Mhm.
No,
Yeah,
you're good.
Dave.
Yeah,
Shut up,
so
Bacta.
do I think that was an elementality? Coming from my perspective, yes, I do think so. I think that it kind of limited me in like my freshman and sophomore year, but at the same time, it gave me something to build off of so that I can improve myself, and it's something that I'm happy that I was able to do too. Yeah, Dave, what was your question again?
Do you remember your first memories of us? And I'm about to send you something, Bacta. It's kind of disgusting. Check your Insta. But yeah, do you remember your first like interactions with the three of us?
Oh, Dave, I already saw this.
Dude,
Yeah,
the back.
I remember. Okay, I remember this. Okay, first of all, I remember falling on my face during like one of the first summer practices. I just kind of tripped, fell, kind of near where I banged my head and got the concussion. But it's a
Foreshadowing.
a bit of foreshadowing right there.
Hope I'm a nice guy in this.
Honestly, Arjun, I didn't really talk to you like until what?
No, we didn't
sophomore
talk
year?
until volleyball.
Volleyball, was it? Yeah, maybe.
Mhm.
Okay, finish
That's
your
crazy.
Arjun interaction and I'll mention Matthew's story.
Yeah, I feel like, shit. Okay, so
Oh
that
wait,
was
that is true. Yeah, I remember y'all didn't talk till like sophomore year.
yeah, sophomore year. And like I said, I had a hard time branching out to people I wasn't like immediately connected with.
Why didn't you
But
shoot
then
shit with Arjun though? He's like a very like shoot shit guy with, I feel like.
I know, but I didn't know that.
I think you could look at him and know that. Okay,
I
you
mean,
could take
now
that
I
two
can,
ways.
yeah,
You,
but
you could like take that as you're an inviting individual, or that you're Arjun.
yeah,
I'm not
actually,
an inviting person.
Dave,
I get a lot of people telling me I like am mean.
I get the same thing.
So
Yes,
Everybody tells
that's
me
a
that
fact.
like I look angry all the time and I look on edge.
no, Ridwan, not in the way that you think I'm mean. Like I'm not actually like I'll be sarcastically mean, and some people don't understand that.
No, but I'm saying on first introduction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
Can't do
listen.
that.
We're gonna talk about something. We're gonna start a narrative.
Arjun,
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Ridwan's, it was all
Arjun,
Ridwan's fault that I was rude to him at the beginning.
Arjun, wait. You listen to me for a second? I'm not even talking about just that. I'm talking about, remember the first time Dave told me and you to meet? Even then, like, you were pretty, like,
See,
I
I
don't know,
brought
like,
people together.
Okay,
Not only
okay,
weren't even
listen.
rude, you were
There's
just
two
bad
things.
at
There's
it.
two
You
things
were
I want to
just
I'm
say.
naturally a hater.
I'm sorry to take away from Henry's podcast,
nope.
but I need to say two things.
This is no
One-
longer Henry's podcast.
One, I was very awkward from like freshman to like end of sophomore year. Got that?
Mhm.
I didn't
Uh-huh.
do
Two,
that.
you asked me what my favorite meme was the first time we talked.
I did
What does
not.
that mean?
I asked you what game you were playing.
No,
And you
you
said-
asked me what my favorite
I
meme
asked
was
you what
too.
game you were playing.
No, stop. I remember. This is a core memory for me. How do you don't remember?
Core memory? That's a lie because we never even talked until another semester later.
God.
That's a lie. You all talked freshman year because I forced you guys to talk with each other.
As I'm saying, after the first semester we talked.
Word. Okay, well,
That's when
Oh, okay.
okay,
If we're
Henry,
talking
you got
about
completely cut off, but I'm gonna cut you off again. Matthew
Oh.
Woodworth, like in the last
Wow.
podcast, he gave a story about how he had beef with Bacta because in free throw drills he would shoot with you, and then Matthew wanted to shoot with you, Henry.
with me?
Matthew was like a jealous little girl, bro.
He's called him
He'd be
Matthew.
like,
I'm like the only one that calls him Matthew. Why is he
yeah,
called
but I'm just like,
You wanted to shoot with
you
me?
said it, so I said it.
Yeah,
I had such beef with Woody.
he always.
And
Oh my
Arjun stole that from him. I was wanted.
I'm not sure if you want to talk
Yeah,
about that.
you were
Gabe,
like
First time in your life.
a sought after. You're a sought after person, and Woody couldn't take it.
Yeah,
you were the belle of the ball. To saying.
I was.
All
That
right,
really.
now time to stroke my ego. How did you first meet me?
How did I first meet you? Summer basketball.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Talk about my
Well,
presence.
no. Yeah. Actually, I was about to like talk about my first like distinct memory I had of you, Dave. And I think it was like it was summer basketball. You had the ball on the perimeter, and then I went up to set an on-ball screen because that was the only thing they ever taught me how to do in middle school.
I
And
remember
then
that.
and
With all
then
the screens.
Dave just like looked at me dead in the eye and just said like, what the fuck are you doing? And then,
Okay, that sounds about right. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Okay. Yeah,
I
I guess
just
that's not
remember,
stroking
like-
my ego. Okay. I guess we
that
don't
was
do
crazy. And I just remember like, damn, and so I don't know, I went back to the block or something.
You give like a
I don't really
memory of
remember
me-
much of
me
that,
being
but
like
that
a
stuck
nice
with
guy.
me.
Nice guy,
I
Dave.
was definitely scared of Dave.
People used
Well,
to
and
be
then I
scared of
realized
me.
like, oh
personally.
my, and then I saw how you treated
Yeah,
Shang, and
Dave,
I'm like,
because you
I'm
were a
glad that's not me.
200-pound freshman, bro.
Yeah, but no, when I talk with people, they always talk about how like I seem on edge and angry all the time.
I remember
was-
like a
that was,
conversation between
like,
a bunch of people that
freshman Dave.
didn't know you. Okay, well, cut me
I
off.
feel like freshman Dave was like always had that look in his eye that like he was looking for someone who was like trying to kill him or something.
Yeah.
Like sometimes that's the vibe I got off of you. But then
Uh,
something different. You're different.
no. Well, okay, like a bunch of people that didn't know Dave were like, "Oh, he's so full of himself," and I was like, "Dave
What?
is the most insecure person in the world."
Wow. Okay.
You just said that right there.
No, I was talking
Yeah.
with
He's right there.
what? Who?
Nothing. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You talking? Oh, he's talking to someone else. Okay, Weird One and me were actually talking earlier about like, we'll have this as a separate conversation one podcast, but I told him I thought I like grew the most out of our grade from freshman to senior year as far as a person. Like I've gone through the most changes, and he talked about phases, and Ridwan said that the way he looked at me freshman year was like really secure, especially because I had that phase where I was like just super gay. Well, like I acted super gay, and then he said that like gave the idea that I was like really secure with myself.
Yeah.
I'm not sure because Arjun, remember what I was telling you? Remember I was telling you how like in freshman year it was like so wild when like someone would say something like very minor,
yeah.
and then now like you could say the craziest thing and it's like no one would even bat an eye. And remember, like Dave was on the front end of that. Like Dave was sending all
The
those
trendsetter.
snaps.
Dave was a
Dave-
visionary, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
Thank you.
Always has been.
His snaps were crazy, and everyone was going
The
crazy.
things
That's why I
that
felt
Dave
like
would
he was
say
so
were like
sick.
insane at the time, but like if he said them now, we'd just be like,
Yeah, people used to bully me for those snaps, and look what happened. Everybody's just saying those snaps once. Like I remember there's one time I took a snap with like the cat ears, the feminine cat ears, and it got sent through the basketball chat, and everyone was like, "Oh, Dave, you fucking loser!" And I was like,
okay,
I
that
did
would
it.
still be sent through the group chat, but like still.
"What?
It
Rocky
wouldn't be
sends
like-
those."
Did you not? Don't say his name.
No,
Did
he
you not
watches
see?
this. I don't care.
Okay, did you not see Rocky's thing? He got sent to the group chat.
Yeah, but it's
No,
not,
yeah,
it's not
he
taken like
definitely
that
still
anymore.
gets into the
And,
group
like,
chat.
Yeah, it's different. It's
And my
it's
most
for fun.
extreme shit, like, dude, walking through class every day, I hear, "Dave, you're thick as fuck. I want to fuck you and bend you over." Like I hear that every day, and like that's like mild.
Yeah. What were we
Yeah.
talking about?
First
We were talking
impressions.
about changes, I think, just like
Oh, changes. I don't think you. Oh, you were talking about how you grew.
Are you
I don't
talking
think
about
you
me?
like grew. I think you just like changed. You didn't grow as a
Are
person.
you serious?
Is that not?
I think he's grown a
Yeah,
little
he's
bit.
definitely grown.
Yeah,
He-
like
Some
I
of
don't
his
know.
like when I
I
was
don't
talking
know.
about
I
like
feel like
Red One, I was talking about like me being an asshole freshman year. Like Gabe, I have like one distinct memory of me being like a super asshole to you. I'm not sure if you could like.
I was
remember.
terrified of you, because like you were like big and good at basketball.
No,
and I was
it
very
was after
intimidated of that
basketball. It was
type.
after you quit basketball.
When was
It
it?
was like the middle of freshman year, and I remember like it was before we started like hanging out, because I feel like by the time we
Yeah.
started like hanging out in the movies, like we were super cool with each other. But it was
Yeah.
like before that, and I just remember this one distinct memory of me being a super an asshole.
Makes me feel about it. I have no memory. Like I have no memory of anything other than just being cool with you.
Oh, okay, cool.
I think
So,
that's
like-
called repression.
But
All right, Dave. Say that.
That's
Yeah,
a lot
say
of
the
things.
memory.
Yeah, what was the memory?
I'll say
I'm curious
I don't
now.
want to say it now because it's kind of like embarrassing. There's a bunch of stuff I did freshman year that like I'm legitimately like embarrassed of because I was like,
Okay, well, if
That's
you've grown
growth.
as a person, you're willing
Yeah,
to
that's
accept
growth.
it.
okay,
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then-
You can talk about embarrassing
then
stuff.
I've been like asked before if I'm like legitimately bi or gay because of my freshman year.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, yeah.
But then you say yes. So it's not
Okay,
that
the
big a
difference
deal.
is like David's like so far away from that point now.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yes, Dave doesn't
I
say.
feel like because
Dave says the least wild things now.
no, because I'm like real
Yeah.
with
No,
it.
that's
Like
true, that's
no, okay, I'm like real with like myself. I'll just say the truth, and like people will be like, "Oh, shut up, Dave." But like I say the truth, and like I feel like my truth is like
No, you'll say what's on. Yeah, you'll say what's on your mind.
Yeah, I respect that.
And I feel like you should be.
Can we
I feel like
wait?
you
Can
should
we
be
not
comfortable
avoid the
talking
topic
about.
though, Dave? What was your extreme dickhead
Yeah,
moment? towards
talk
Gabe?
about what you're embarrassed about. Like
I don't want to talk about the one
yeah.
with Gabe because that would be like self-defamation at this point. But
Bro,
Just do it.
It's not bad. You don't have to talk about it, honestly.
No,
yeah,
just
I'm
do
not
it.
talking about it.
no, just do it.
I'm not
Just
talking
do it.
about it. But like I have
Just
grown
do it.
a lot. with him.
Just do it.
And like especially
No,
in
you
self-image,
don't.
like I told Rowan right now, like me as a human being, this senior year is like the first time I really like love myself for real. Like
Damn
as a
right.
human being. Like all my problems I feel like are in the exterior. It's not David problems. It's like
Yeah.
problems happening to David.
Good.
Yeah, but
Is this the David episode or the Henry
I'm
episode?
sorry.
I know
It's
for
the Henry
real.
episode. And I think it got hijacked.
I'll try and think of like an asshole moment I could actually share, but you talk about your experience.
No,
with Riddle
share the one with
No,
Gabe.
because I don't want to do
If you
that.
don't, you don't have
Yeah,
to.
thank you, Gabe.
No, you
I
have
don't
to.
want
Like, I'm curious, of course, but you know,
I don't
if
want
it's
to.
that bad, I do the same thing. I wouldn't
Or I don't know, maybe save it for
Okay,
like, a different
give you
episode.
save it
a
for
Dave.
the Gabe.
All right, listen,
Gabe
listen,
episode.
Arson, you want to
listen.
give a
I
Dave
can
asshole
you
moment?
Dave
Give a
Dickhead
mild.
moment.
Give a mild one. Don't go crazy.
Okay, we lost in Frosh basketball. Mind you, this was a point where I didn't play. It was Chang and Matt. Oh, I shouldn't have said Matt.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
You shouldn't have said
We're
either
deep
name.
enough in the podcast, so
Yeah, whatever.
Only the true fans will be here by now.
Yeah, it was Chang, Matt, and Woody playing over me. And so Dave got mad at me. He yelled at me on the bus back home, but not anybody else.
about you.
He got mad at me. Yeah.
Okay, by the way, I also wanted to do a separate podcast where we like just talk about all our memories together, just me, you, and Ridwan, because like it's the orange juice. But we'll do that later. But just save the stories for then because I have a bunch compiled. Henry, I'll
Alright.
let you continue. Talk about your Ridwan experience. And yeah.
Good one. Shoot.
I don't even remember my Henry experience, if I'm gonna be honest.
I don't
Yeah.
remember
When did we
experience with any
start
of you
talking
guys.